Hi everyone, good morning.
Hiya.
Good morning. We're just, it's a very busy morning here. We're just getting things for the Sunday show ready. I've had to take off 6 Christmas hats because that's how much Christmas cheer there is under my head. How are we all? How is everyone? I have to confess it was quite nice not getting up at the crack of this morning. Thank you for all your lovely messages on my Instagram yesterday telling me how much you're loving Vlogmas. Me and Nadia are going to have a halfway point, because can you believe it, guys, little Santa's helpers, we're halfway through Vlogmas.
No.
Boo-hoo! I'm enjoying it so much I don't want it to end myself. We've managed to get a rhythm here where editing it and getting it done is working quite well, isn't it? It's landing pretty much most nights at 8.
Hi everyone.
And that's thanks to Nadia driving keeping a really, tight ship and all that kind of stuff. She keeps shouting things like, man aboard, man overboard, and all that kind of stuff. And she's kind of, she's on it. She's on it like a car bomb.
Man overboard.
So what's the new, well, I'm trying to kind of find a sort of fishing segue, which was pretty pathetic. Say hello. Let's say hello to her. Come on, guys. If you haven't signed up to the members area, do, because you've got treats coming this weekend. I can smell the treats from here.
Oh no, I put too many sweeteners in my coffee. I'm never happy with my coffee. Oh.
Thank God I didn't make it then. It's real wasted labour making you hot drinks sometimes, and you then go, ugh, it's horrible. But there's nothing worse than getting a horrible cup of tea or coffee.
I've been looking forward to it all morning.
Kelly Stedman, good morning. I don't think Kelly Stedman's had a family guest song. Give her one. Give her a welcome.
Kelly, oh Kelly, Kelly, oh Kelly, Kelly Stedman, Stadman, Kelly, welcome.
I'm now going to take you over to 4G after that wonderful moment because it looks like it's a bit fuzzy. It's a bit...
Welcome.
You're getting a second rendition now. That's better. So 4G is better than Wi-Fi. It's still a bit staticky, isn't it? Good morning, blurry. Yeah, no, we're trying to rectify that. Don't know what's going on. Maybe it's something to do with YouTube. YouTube has been staggering a little bit. Bless them. I reckon it's all the Christmas cheer. I reckon they can't cope with how festive we've been.
I know. We're fabulously.
We've been so
funkily.
Funking festive.
Frigging festive.
Frigging festive, funking festive, flipping festive, and forever festive.
Forever festive.
So Nads, how are you? Are you excited about Brexit?
Oh God.
Are you excited that this is the
I'm
end of
just petrified.
coronavirus? We're going to be hit with Brexit?
I'm absolutely petrified.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be okay. I've hoped that it would. We always say this, we are Remainers, but we wanted it to work. We're not like Remainers that go, let's hope it all goes tits up so we're proved right. Not at all. But I desperately want them to get a deal. It's clear that not getting a deal is going to be a bloody nightmare.
I wish you know what? I'd have a lot more regard for the Brexiteers if one of them just said this. Do you know what? It's a right pain. It's a right pain we haven't got a deal because it is going to be much harder. Why do they keep pretending it's the best thing we want? Just say, you know what? It'd be better if we had a different deal. Stop blaming people and then just go, all right. And then we'd all probably just go, yeah, all right, fair enough. Yeah. Some sad news. Gogglebox last night was the last Gogglebox of the year.
No!
Yeah.
Are they not doing a Christmas special?
They're doing a compilation special.
They are?
A compilation special
of
the year.
They're compilations.
Yeah, but it's the best time of year for them to do a genuine reaction to Christmas.
No, but they always do a 2-hour compilation. It's brilliant.
It makes me so sad. I know, but I like it to be... I got very weird about Gogglebox. I like it to be up to date.
I know.
I'm not interested in historic responses.
The compilation one, a couple of Christmases ago, Mark, we watched it twice. It was so good.
No. Dear heart, good to leave the onion. Onion? The union. I'm not saying... Look, what I'm saying is, why is there this belief that if we're leaving with the worst possible deal is still being promoted as okay? Why can't even ardent, extreme Brexiteers say...
It's not great.
It's not great, we'd rather have a different deal. Why is everyone rushing to like the side of the ship that means the ship will tip just to say we're on this side of the ship? It's ridiculous. It's so short-sighted. I mean, and this is us saying, right, okay, accepted, we're leaving. Brexit is happening. Why not do it in the most sort of, I don't know, meaningful way? It just drives me nuts.
Drives you nuts.
It drives my nut. Man walks into a pub with a steering wheel attached to his crutch.
What did he say?
Barman says, "You all right?" He says, "Yeah, I don't know. These are driving me nuts." Oh, someone just joined. Look at this. Makeup by Emma81 Webster. Turn that into a song.
Makeup by Emma 31
81.
Webster.
How do you
I
always...
can't see from here.
81.
Makeup by Emma 81 Webster.
It's that sort of drum and bass. Nads has to leave in 8 minutes. So get your fix.
81.
That'll be The Greatest Showman.
Cirencester.
Cirencester.
He's calling me from Cirencester.
Louise Jones, we definitely need to do a deal, but we need... Oh, it's flown up, but we need... Can I have a happy birthday, Liz Williams? Of course you can.
Happy birthday to you.
Liz Williams.
Happy birthday to you.
Liz Williams.
Happy birthday, dear Liz Williams.
Liz Williams.
Happy birthday to you.
So the big story for me today is on the one hand, I find it almost comedic, and I can't wait to see how Spitting Image are going to deal with it. But we've got the prospect here of the Navy boarding French fishing frigates. I just thought we'd passed the Cod Wars of the 70s. I thought they were a thing of the past.
Cod Wars, can you
Cod
believe
Wars,
it?
can you believe it? Can you believe we're actually in a situation where we're mobilising Navy frigates to protect our waters? I mean... What I don't understand, and that someone said this, this is a conservative, right? So bear with me. This was a conservative. All right.
Bye, everybody.
That was very brief.
Well, because it's 25 past.
This was a
film that
conservative radio presenter saying, "Funny how no one was talking about how important fishing was until now. Fishing seems to be important." Do you know what I mean? What can we do though, Mark? Well, it's just the whole thing is it not ridiculously old-fashioned? Are we seriously? I mean, Norway is also claiming that they're going to stop people from fishing in their waters too. Everyone's kind of starting to go, right, that's it, packing up, get out, we're not having it. Petunia Smithhurst. I was one of those that wanted to leave, but really, oh, you've left us hanging, Petunia Smithhurst. What on earth were you going to say? You must have sent the message before we'd finished. Sean Thomas, why not ask the fishes? France hate us, but dear heart, you have to admit, the British generally don't like the French either. What's your favourite Christmas film? I think we watched Elf again the other day, and I was reminded just how brilliantly festive and silly and funny. I like anarchic humour. I'm not a big fan of gloopy romantic nonsense. I really like anarchic humour. Yeah, guys, the live chat and everything is really glitching. I'm afraid it's nothing to do with us. We're on 4G up there, but I think there is just, on a Saturday, 2 Saturdays before Christmas, YouTube is under duress, I think, perhaps. I think we have to understand that it's under pressure. Under pressure. There's lots of movement in the background. They're just heading off, and we'll be here with you. Hi, say hi to Lee, Nads, as you go. Nadia's just having to pop out for an hour.
Love ya.
Bye. Fat Man new film is great. Oh, I think I've seen that somewhere. I've seen a trailer for that. £8.3 billion short bets placed on No Deal. Really? That's intriguing. Bloody hell. That is intriguing. We can still enjoy the chat. Your hair looks so wavy, Mike. It doesn't. It looks crazy today. It's like I've put my finger in an electric socket. So now Nadia's gone. And what goes with her when she goes is just disorganisation. I want to cook something in the vlog that's festive. Make your suggestions. Do you remember I did the Bakewell tart? I want to do something like that. So tell me, what should I have a go at? And I want to do it on the quiet, and I want to do it as the helper elf. Doing it quietly. Anne Murray, her singing, a Christmas story, a Christmas tart, but what kind of a Christmas tart? Mince pies, that's a good idea. Lemon meringue. I was thinking of a Yule log, Rachel Baldock. I thought that. Now, me and Nadia had a bit of a tete-a-tete this morning about gingerbread men. They might be festive and they might be nice to make, but do people really like to eat gingerbread men? I don't think they do they? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I'll do it, yeah. Gingerbread men are a bit... I think gingerbread men are a bit boring. I've got my yoga pants on today, by the way, if you're wondering. Gingerbread men biscuits. Do you find I find gingerbread men biscuits a bit boring. You love them, Sharon Elston. I do, Karen Bennett. They're always a bit dry, aren't they? It's sort of like you could open a letter with them.
I don't like them.
Maddie in the background there says she doesn't like them either. Gingerbread house. We're gonna, me and Nadia, I think me and Nadia are having a gingerbread house off. We're gonna try and each of us is gonna have a crack at doing a better one than the other one. A Yule log. Eccles cakes, Minky Moo, don't say that. Eccles cakes for me as a kid were like, well, they were just like, I don't know, let's think of a really festive analogy. They were like the crack cocaine of my childhood. They just made me go from 0 to 150 miles an hour like that. And I'd get my nanny Thelma to go and buy more of them, like she was my dealer. I shouldn't say that. But you know, that's what Eccles cakes are for me. Raisins are like little, I don't know, they're like little buzzy little pods of just joy. And I like to just, I once ate 6 raisins up my nostril. That's how fast I needed to get them into my body. Yeah. I'm not making Nutella pancakes. I'll eat them before I give them to her. Date and walnut cake. Now, Deb Burns, that is a really nice suggestion. I might go with that. What I'm going to do after this is on the community page, I'm going to put what should I cook as a surprise. And I'm going to do it behind the scenes. And then I'm going to get Maddie, our camera elf, to film me. Because she's always very honest with me off camera. She's like, no, Dad, that's shit. No, Dad, that's rubbish. No, Dad, you smell. And all that kind of stuff. And I'm going to make something really tempting. But I do quite like that. Coffee and walnut cake. That's quite elaborate, isn't it? Yorkshire pudding wraps with turkey and stuffing. I'm talking sweet things. I want to make sweet things. Peppermint creams. Peppermint creams. What can someone remember from a previous vlog? What happened to Nadia's peppermint creams when she made them once? I did something and she went mental, didn't she? Ganache. Back at you, Stelly Marie. Poetry. Have you heard how Nigella says microwave? Is it micro?
Oh, yeah, there's a video.
Yeah.
Was,
Micro.
I'm going to put this in the microwave.
In the microwave. I can't work out whether Nigella, and I've worked with her a couple of times and I still couldn't work out afterwards whether she's being knowingly funny or whether she's just funny by accident and then they turn it into funny. Do you know what I mean? It's like, now it was Queer as Folk. Millionaire's shortbread. Oh my God. Oh my God. I once filmed with Nigella and she, into camera, just for me, ate 8 profiteroles in one mouthful bites of each profiterole. It was probably one of the highlights of my entire life. And then I flicked her earlobes. It was very odd. Marzipan. Ooh. MP, I'm not taking any suggestion from you. You got me into big trouble the other night. You told on me. I'm not having it. That cake that Lisa makes, oh my God. Cream cheese mince pies. What the hell are they? Cream cheese mince pies, like cheesy mince pies. Chocolate eclairs, marzipan fruits. Oh, at the moment, I really like the date and walnut tart, I think someone said. Stollen. Yeah. Anyway, so other news. Did anyone hear about this fake game show in which men were duped into naked challenges at London hotels? Can you believe this sort of thing happens? This is why you've always got to be careful. Always got to be careful when, if you get an email from someone saying, want to be in a new show, always ignore it. A fake game show host duped men to take part in naked challenges at London hotels that were filmed for his own gratification. Isn't that awful? The victim was asked to go to a hotel in Newham to take part in several challenges, and then the suspect kept the footage. I mean, what an elaborately weird thing to do. What a weird thing to do, isn't it? Some places are definitely having a white Christmas. Maddie hasn't ever. Have you ever had a white Christmas for your birthday?
No, it's kind of always snowed a bit.
It's always snowed a couple of days before, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So what we could do, Maddie, is we could jump in the car and we could head to, let's have a look, where is going to have a white Christmas? The west of Scotland could see 4 centimetres on the day. So if we were to arrive next week, most of England will see warmer than average temperatures. It was all this rubbish in the Express and the Mirror about snowy Arctic Christmas. What a load of shit. Take your weather forecasters and weather reporters and just dunk them in a bowl of dunking apples. So annoying. So yeah, we ain't going to get a white Christmas. We may pay for Christmas parties with January and February lockdown. No shit, Sherlock. That ain't going to be a surprise, is it? What's the other thing here? Oh, yeah. Biggest news story trending like mad is the Ghislaine Maxwell story. Now, obviously, she was going to be in prison this Christmas. Xander, you gave us the heads up on this first. But it looks like her husband, who up until now hasn't been able to be identified, I don't even think they were identifying whether she had a husband, but he was a rumoured husband, has stumped up, wait for it, $30 million in bail to get her out of prison for Christmas. Now, Nadia made an interesting point. How do they, if you're on bail, can they sort of have her on suicide watch and all that kind of stuff? Can they sort of make sure that she kind of, you know, I mean, I suppose the fear is that she might not come to justice and all that kind of stuff. How does that make you feel? That ain't her husband. Who is it? If it ain't her husband, what is he? Who is he? Ghislaine Maxwell's lawyers, her husband is identified as a tech entrepreneur. What's his name? His name did come up. Scott Borgerson, CEO Scott Borgerson. Yeah, money talks, doesn't it? Bloody hell. She was denied bail of 5 million and now it's 28 million. Bloody hell. Talk about buying your freedom, eh? So yeah, so what I'm going to do is on the community page, I'm going to ask you all. I thought Kay Burley wasn't getting full pay for her 6-month suspension. That's news to me. I thought she wasn't. I saw she was heading off to what's his name, Richard Branson's island or something, wasn't she? Either way, she needs to be removed from society. Either way, I think we should all stick together and get on with it. Sorry, you're replying to someone. How do you like your eggs, Nicholas Sinnott? That's a very personal question. I like my eggs poached. I like my eggs poached. Anyway, I just find it really, really odd that we're going to have this situation where we've got the Navy in the English Channel. I just find it really odd. And I find it really odd that people who didn't have a vague interest in fishing suddenly are now using fishing as the main reason for us to kind of go running around the world saying it's important that with Brexit. No deal Brexit could hit student exchanges and university research funding. Leaving the EU without a deal would be catastrophic for students at a time when they're dealing with the fallout of COVID. It does feel, I mean, the timing couldn't be worse, could it really? It does, the timing just couldn't be worse. Very frustrating. Very frustrating. And so, of course, in London, we are sort of still sitting here waiting to see whether we're going to enter Tier 3 and what that brings. Of course, it won't shut shops. I thought it was going to shut shops. I thought shops were shutting. I had a situation... No, Lee, I saw your comment, your comment on Twitter about Kay Burley. I have to confess, I've never been a particularly big fan, if I'm honest. I find her style... I don't know. I just find it sort of lowest common denominator. I don't know. I'm not a big fan. But the US and America, they've approved the Pfizer vaccine, which can only be good news. We were watching CNN for a little bit last night, or it was on in the background, and I was watching the death tally in America was just going up for the day. It was just going up as we watched. You know, as it went up, as the numbers went up, I was reminded that they're losing every day in America more people than died in 9/11, which is quite something, isn't it? So yeah, so the Pfizer vaccine in America is big news, but how quickly and how vastly they're going to need to roll that out. I'm presuming they're going to have, you know, more doses than the UK than we have. So yeah, RM's 60th birthday. Is that what RM's Jams? Happy birthday. I think 6 months leaves it a bit much to Kay. It's too high a price. Mark, can you dance? I can't dance for you today, darling. I think there'll be a little bit of dancing in the Vlogmas though. Oliver Masterson, how many vaccines have been given so far? Have we run out? Here's the thing, one of my worries about something like the vaccine when it's this precious is that say someone one night leaving the GP practice forgets to turn the freezers off or on, and they come in the morning and you've lost like, I don't know, a couple of thousand vaccines. That's bloody awful, isn't it? I think I think we're never going to know or never witness the true complications of distributing this vaccine around the country or around the world. It's, we're never going to know how much how many of these vaccines are going to be lost. Some doctors not willing to use Pfizer vaccine, Karen Bennett. Yeah, I know there are some concerns. I mean, I personally, I know a lot of you keep asking us, would you take it, and we've just been agnostic on it because we know we're not in a high risk category at the moment, so we don't feel we need to kind of worry about it too much yet. But I do feel infinitely more comfortable with the idea of the Oxford vaccine. I do feel more comfortable with the idea of using dead virus as a way to trigger the body. I'm just a little bit nervous about a bit of tech in the Pfizer one that I've read about that I just don't really know. I don't really, it seems so new, and I mean, it might be the future of medicine, but I might want to just wait a little bit for that. So what are you all up to today, guys? We've got so much to do, so much to do. We've got all of the Sunday show to do, which is going to be another tasty, lovely one. And obviously we've got Vlogmas. Vlogmas 12 is landing tonight. And we've had all sorts of things going on in the house this week, which you're going to be very excited about. So there you go. There you go, Sonia. Boring housework. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you, what should I cook in the vlogs for Nadia and the kids that they might like? Something that is a little bit challenging and not too easy. That would be nice. And I'm also at some point today going to go and buy a lovely dear friend Pat, who was featured in a few vlogs a while back, who's had her knee operation now, and I think, and I'm going to buy her some Christmas alcohol, because the tradition is I get her some Bacardi and I get her some Baileys, and she gets rat-arsed with her family. My grandma said the best quote a few weeks back, Lee, I hear there's a Cambridge vaccine and one from Germany. I hope I get the Cambridge one. Mind you, I do have a Bosch washing machine, and that's quite good. I love that. I love the fact that it's even Cambridge. Beef Wellington, Sage Junkie. Oh, I love a beef Wellington. Cherry flan. That's a nice one. I'm digging the cherries and the dates and the walnuts and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, I'll pop it on the community page straight after this. Well, there you go, guys. Prepare for fish wars with France. Prepare for carnage and food shortages in January. I think we're going to have another lockdown in January. It'll be the last before the vaccine starts to kick through. And spare a thought for GHISLAINE, who can just put her husband put his hand down the back of the sofa and found $28 million to make sure she has a Christmas. And if someone phones up saying they want you to run around nude in a hotel, it's probably not a good idea to do it, because it's a fake game show. So those are the bits of news today that, for me, floated my boat. No pun intended. Millfield, Chelsea girl. Millfield. How do you eat a millfield? You have to turn it on its side, don't you? But even then, when you turn it on its side, the layers of the pastry go between your teeth, and it hurts. Do you know what I mean? Millfield. Nanny Di will be, I'm talking to her on Skype for the Sunday show, so you'll get a little taste of her. Hopefully she'll be feeling better next week. She always keeps us on a knife edge, Nanny Di. She might not make it for Christmas. She always likes, from the age of 1, I've had the knife edge prospect of, will my mum be there for Christmas? Because she likes to play hard to get. She's a funny little fish, Nanny Di. Funny little fish. Must come from living on her own and being so tiny. But she's feeling better. I believe she's feeling better. All right, guys, so look, have a lovely day. We'll be with you along the way. Check out our Instagrams, always being silly. Lots of festive good cheer here. Oh, and also, Confessions of a Modern Parent landed on Friday. Go and check it out. Spotify, iTunes, or Global Player. We talk about first Christmas in lockdown. And Maddie is incredibly honest about how unfestive she feels and how extra me and Nadia are. And it makes for a fabulous listen. So do have a listen to that. Hit the thumbs up if you're thumbing up. If you're thumbing down, sod off. And see you later, guys.